Last night, I had the worst dream of my entire life. Not, that's a lie. I've had worse than that. But, like, I didn't die this time. But
Hmm.
it was so brutal. Like, it's things that you would never want to hear or say to a parent, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, like I was there, right? I fasted on Saturday. I didn't eat anything at all. It was just, you know what I had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
What
Prayers. Okay. I spent the whole
way?
day with the Lord. Okay. And I was praying all day. Okay. And then I watched the show called The Chosen. Okay, and it goes through Bible stories and stuff. Well, Jesus's stories.
Right.
I said, okay, fine. Sunday went, right? Sunday came. I was like, okay, this is cool, whatever. I had to break my fast and I was like, Mommy, I'm feeling so bad because like I wanted to fast for 2 weeks. And she was like, first of all, you don't just fast and not know how long you're fasting for. Second of all, during my time on fasting, it has always felt so unholy when you have to fast on a Sunday. And I said, okay. But anyway, so now my mom and I have a relatively good relationship, right? It
Right.
wasn't always so. But I think that we worked on it. We're better now. Okay.
Well, that was good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah. So tell me why I went to sleep last night and my mom was the meanest she has ever been to me, saying the most hurtful things ever, bro. I was saying hurtful things back to her. Something she told me about, oh, I bet you wish you were never born now. And I was like, yeah, because if I was never born, you would have never had my brother either. Bro, it was so bad.
What the hell?
It
Just
was
so?
so, how it reached to that point, I don't think family was falling apart. And I mean, when I tell you everybody, and I mean everybody was fighting, like spewing the most hurtful ish ever in that dream.
Wow.
I woke up, instantly forgot about it, said my prayers, got something to eat. My mom and my grandmother were speaking, right?
Right.
And I'm there looking at them, taking in the scenes, listening to my mom tell her story.
Hmm.
And then it hits me. And I'm like, damn, should I tell my mom? That's so weird. Like, it was so weird. It didn't feel right. And like, it was one of those dreams where I felt like, oh, this is not me. Like, I have no idea what is happening. Like,
Hmm.
I'm seeing myself from a different perspective, a different camera angle, if you may, you know?
Okay. Okay.
So, like, at some point, it was me, right? I was moving around. I didn't say a word until my mom did, right? And once my
Right.
mom told me something hurtful, I was ripped out of my own body. And I was just this fly on this wall watching what was going down.
Wow.
Because in that moment, I looked at her and I was like, this is not my mom. And I was like, what the heck? Honestly, I think really and truly, I should have prayed in my dream. But I didn't get chance to like go back into my body and like do what I'm supposed to do. I was literally just floating in air, just watching this whole thing go down. I'm like, bro,
Raw.
what the heck? Oh my god.
That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Cause
Yeah,
just so your mom's just like, I bet you should never born on. You'd be like, huh? It's like it's so left field. It would be like you would ponder like, did I do something wrong? Warranted these words to be spoken today, you know?
there's no way this man decides to cut iron at this point in the day,
That's
right? If you will hear that in the background, I humbly apologize, but there's absolutely nothing you can do but other humans going about their day. So, yeah.
real, real, real.
Bro, I don't. It's been a while since I heard or like had one of those dreams where they personally try to attack me using my family. So I'm just there like, okay, what was weird, right? Normally these things would affect me. Normally I would wake up feeling like trash. No, I just woke up like I instantly forgot it, and then when I remembered it. It stuck with me throughout the whole day, which is why I'm talking about it. I'll tell my mom when she comes home. But
Mm.
but I was just there like, that's so weird. Why would they do that? Like, it's not even, or like, why would my mom say that to me? No, it's, why would they do that? Like, why would they try that?
uh,
I don't know if people like are aware that people send things to you in different ways,
Mm,
and even like the enemy tries to attack you where you least expect it, and like expect it. Where do you think you're most vulnerable? When
right.
you're asleep, right? You can't defend yourself. You don't know who's fiddling with your mind at that point in time.
True.
So it's like, who's to say they can't like be in your room and then they're whispering things to make you have evil, evil dreams, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm laughing, but it's serious. So yeah, it's like waking up at 3 a.m. I mean, that's the time the Lord wants me to speak to him, but like other people will wake up at 3 a.m. and think, oh my gosh, something's in my room. The devil is out to get me. Pray. And then go back to sleep. But yeah. So on the topic of like spirituality, okay, let's dive into the first topic, which is spiritual warfare. So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
What's if you can warn the world about spiritual warfare? Okay,
Right.
how would you go about doing it? Would you do it in a movie, in a book? Like, how would you do it?
I mean, that would be the safest options, no? Like
Yeah, but then,
you bring out a movie. No,
mm,
no, hear me out, right? So like
mm,
that actually has been going on along like for a while. Like you could see it in movies, you could see the signs and all that stuff, sure. Like that
mm,
would be like the safest way to do it to kind of safeguard yourself. But then again, it might just go over people's heads, right? So like
yeah,
if you really wanted to alert people, and like if I wanted to alert people and for their own safety and to let them know, hey, be safe, look out for each other, I would just kind of
mm,
be direct about it, you know?
mm,
Be direct. I mean, even though like it puts me out there in some sort of like light to where like I could be
mm,
targeted, it would still be like at least I could warn people to be like, hey yo, look out for these signs, try to safeguard yourself. Just be aware of things that be happening, like strange things out of the blue that be happening and this, that, the other. So I would mostly take the direct route.
mm. You see, I agree, right? It might fly over most people's heads,
Hmm.
mostly because, they have to write it off as fiction.
Yeah,
Yeah. So like you see the tag as fiction, then you're not gonna actually believe it because not everyone believes in like spirituality. Not everyone believes that ghosts exist,
yeah,
that
yeah.
like demons roam around us, even though it's like in the good book. My mom told me I had to call it the good book instead of the book. So yeah, you pick up books. I think for people that are aware, we would know
Hmm. Hmm.
because I guess in those are the people that you need to reach. When it will reach the people that it's meant for.
Yeah, I agree.
At the time it is meant for them to know. Okay. Yeah. So it's just like, oh well, I need to get this message out. Like not everyone is gonna believe me if I go on a TED talk or this huge interview station or like go get interviewed
Hmm.
by someone that's really really big, and then the word gets out like, oh my gosh, this person went to hell, hear their story, because fam, I be listening to those and I'm like, okay, and then I move on.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's just from my experience because I walked through the 23rd Psalm with the Lord,
Mm.
with Jesus,
Hmm.
but I was just there like, yeah, well, that was your experience. My experience was quite different. Right? Everyone's experience is quite different.
Right.
So I don't know how I feel about that, but I hear what you're saying. I get the message. This message is just not for me because I already know. Like in some of the comments of those videos, you do see people saying, "Oh wow." You see some people saying, "Well, I don't believe it." Okay, like this is just like hullabaloo. Okay, all hullabaloo.
Hmm.
Or like, it really had me thinking, maybe I should start taking life into a different, frame of mind. Maybe I should change the ways that I have. Right? It's gonna reach the people that it's meant to reach.
Right.
But fiction is just kind of hard because some things could be so outrageous that people will have no choice but to just classify it as, yeah, that's fiction. That ain't real.
Yeah.
Those things don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you tell them, okay, so y'all really want to know how an angel looks? So picture this, right? 12 spinning wheels interlock, okay?
Hmm.
And all of them packed to the brim with eyeballs. And you want to tell me that's an angel? Yes, it's an angel. No, that's fiction. That's not real. Like, like,
It sounds
bro,
something from like this weird sci-fi alien story, you know?
yes, but that's how the Bible describes angels.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. Like, which one would you rather believe, that angels are just humanoid, well, humans with wings, or a spinning wheels with eyeballs? I don't.
I
Which
mean,
would
like,
you rather
that's the
believe?
thing, right? We would quicker trust what we know and things relatable to what we know. So the closest thing relatable to that
Hmm.
description is a human with wings,
Hmm.
right? So we'll be like, ah, human with wings. But then, we will never see angels unless we pass on. But even then, we don't know, right?
Yeah, but okay, so say Satan has the ability to roam the earth and transform into anything that he so desires, okay?
Right.
He was an angel before,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. Correct.
He's one of God's favorite angels.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty sure that God has a plethora of other angels that he takes a liking to. So who's to say that those angels don't have the same abilities as, okay, I need you to do this quest, giving you a side quest. Go down to earth disguised as this old Ajma, okay, this old granny,
Hmm.
this old tanty down there, and like do this thing, okay, help this person, or
Hmm.
like test this person for me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who's to say we don't pass angels every day, but we don't know?
True. True.
Yeah. I
True.
mean, because then you hear it, right? There's another, like, God is gonna ask you when you die, why didn't you clothe me when I asked to be clothed? You know, why didn't you feed me when I was hungry? Why didn't you give me something to drink when I was thirsty? Like, you never know, bro.
That is true, eh? That is
Yeah.
true. Like there do be signs like that, and it makes you think like, this random person all of a sudden just comes up to me and asks me for something when they could have like went up to anybody, but they chose to come up to me, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
is this sometime later on the line where you tell them no, you get them something, whatever. You'd be like, just for a split second, be like, was that a sign? Was that like a test? Was that like something like an angel or something, or God has some like channeling himself through somebody to just see if you could give like one random act of kindness to somebody in need or something like that, you know?
Yeah, but like, you also have to remember that what most angels could do, the enemy can also do, you know? So
Yeah.
like, when when, Satan was like, yo, God, so I saw that you created some like humans, right?
Hmm.
God is like, yeah. And you think they're so great that they're gonna, follow your every word? God is like, yeah, get to it. Like, what do you want? And he's like, how about I go down there and show you that you're wrong, that your perfect beings aren't so perfect after all? And God is like, okay, fine. Right. And he comes down and he tests Eve, and he's like, you see that apple over there? Looks
Hmm.
mighty juicy, doesn't it? Aren't you a bit like parched? When you bite into an apple, it's so juicy that it will quench your thirst. If you're hungry, it will fill you up so much that you wouldn't be hungry for 10 more days. It's kind of like a sensu bean. Like,
Ah, the sensu bean, of course.
and then Eve is like, you know what? You're right. You're right. But God said I can't touch that,
Hmm.
though. God said I can't touch it. God, because God knows that you will not hunger if you eat that. Yeah. And you go and she goes and eat it, okay? So like, he can also test people, because there are times, bro, some people come up to me and you just get the vibe. And it's like, I
Hmm.
don't want to be around this person, but then they ask you. Then they ask, so, yeah, spare change, spare change. And you're like, no, go away, okay? I mean, I'm not like that. I just say no. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I just walk away.
yeah,
And then, so that's like one time. But there was another time where someone came up to me and I saw this person, like you said, okay, they could ask anybody, but they chose me.
Hmm.
The enemy has a way of seeing who the light surrounds the most, okay? So they come up to you. I think the enemy just looks for who's the brightest, because if you're the brightest, that means you're really, really close to God. And what could upset God more than going for his best soldier, his best person, right? But anyway, aside from that, so
Hmm.
this guy came up to me and he was like, "Excuse me, can I get like can I get like $5 or something like that? He asked for. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry, I have no money. But I was going to the grocery, right? Bro, as soon as he walked, he said, okay, thank you. God bless you, right?
Yeah.
And he walked off. And for some odd reason, I was overcome with guilt. And I'm like, I don't trust him with money because I don't know what he's going to do with it, because
Yeah.
they would say that and then make their life worse.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go into the grocery, buy him a water, and then give the water to him. And I walked back out. And he's like miles away, right? He's like up the road, bro. Like I could see him up the road. How the hell he reached there so fast, limping? I do not know, but he reached there. Okay, and I'm
Crazy.
like, damn. Okay, well now I feel bad because one, I told this person that I didn't have money when I had money.
Right.
Two, I felt the urge to help him and I didn't help him in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even though it was delayed, like me actually committing to this feeling of, okay, I need to go help this. It was very, very delayed.
Right.
But now I feel like that was a test. It felt like a true test, and I don't want to be the one standing in front of God answering when I was thirsty and in need. Why didn't you like give me something to
You
drink?
could have gave me some water. Why didn't you give me
Yeah.
money for water?
Bro, I felt so bad. I went back home. I was like, Mommy, look at this bottle of water. We don't drink this. It was Dasani, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Dasani doesn't sit down well in our stomachs. So I'm like, but that's all the grocery had. But anyway, so this guy came up to me, right? And I told her the scenes. And she was like, next time, if you ever feel like that, you tell the person, can you wait for like a minute or two? Let me go get you something. If they do not want you to go get them anything and they just say, nah, forget it, okay. If they do wait, then you go, when you go buy it, then you give it to them instead of just saying no to the person, then going and get it for them anyway and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're not there because you already told them no. And I'm like, well, you see now, most people they stay in one place, but I understand what you're saying. Next time that wouldn't happen again. But we don't know if there's gonna be a next time. That guilt was already in me. So now I just feel like, should I help everybody?
I
I don't
I don't
know.
know,
I
man.
don't
I
know.
don't know because you see that thing about like should you help everybody that could go sideways
So
so
bad.
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like you never know who's there. Like I heard people pretend to be unfortunate. Okay, let's put it that way. The financial algorithm is not working out for them and they're out on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think that they're so unfortunate that they have no choice but to be there, and they're looking the part. Okay, they're looking the part, they're smelling the part. And then you say, okay, here, and you give them out of your hard-earned money, and like out of the kindness of your heart you help them,
Yeah.
and then they rob you. Like what?
Damn.
Yeah, like I've heard stories like that where people pretend, or like I guess you ask a rich person for money and then you see like you have a wad of hundreds but you give them a five and
Right.
you're like, oh no, 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 I want more money. They feel entitled, like you have this, why are
Speaking
you
of
giving
that,
me
yeah,
this?
like somebody
Yeah.
somebody came into the office like I think it was the ending of last year or months ago, right?
Hmm.
And they asked for something, a little change to help them, they're struggling, whatever, whatever, whatever.
Hmm.
And it happened on two separate occasions, right?
Hmm.
Where one was asking for a little bit of money if she could go get a bowl of soup down the road, if anything, because she hungry, stuff, whatever.
Hmm.
So she was given $20, and the person who asked for the money was like, "That's all? You can give me like 100 or something. You can get
The
soup stuff." That's what I'm
audacity.
saying, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like no. So the person told them no. You get $20. That's it. Do not come back here,
And
right?
some people
Because
be lucky to even get some sense, bro. What do you mean? That's
exactly,
all. Yeah.
exactly right. And then one came in asking for something again, right? Didn't even say thank you, whatever. It was a couple of singles because that's all the person had for change that day, right?
Uh-huh.
And they were asking for if they had a place, if we had any work, anything like that, or if they could get some change going on or whatever. We said no, we
Hmm.
can't. We don't have anything open right now. With nothing we can give you for work or whatever. So they gave them some money. Not even a thank you. Not even a
Yeah.
thank you, right? The fella had to say thank you now, right? Or you should say thank you now when wherever, 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 right? Just to be
Hmm.
courteous, whatever. And then after that, they left. So it's like somebody. Like, people don't have to help you, but people,
Facts.
people out of the kindness of their heart do help you, right? It's not
Yes.
that they feel bad for you, is that they know how the times are and how it is, and
Hmm.
they choose to help you, and then you just have the audacity to be like, that's all? Like you like just because you out on the street wherever people are supposed to give you like $100, $200, stuff like that
And you
randomly.
feel
It's like
entitled for
you
people's
feel
money
entitled
because
to just give you
what?
like a wad of cash just so thing. It's like no, you don't know how selfish people are, how stingy people are in the world, and it's like that's why kindness is always taken for granted. You know, it's like you're not even humble enough to say thank you. It's just come on, man. You know,
I mean, the world is so different
and
now.
and then they look to come back by the same people who gave them last time and that they gave the attitude and all that stuff. No, you literally
Yeah.
getting a no next time because of how your
Honestly,
attitude is.
I think the audacity is when you stand right outside a bank asking people for money.
Oh come on, yeah, that's like
Like, you know, people not gonna come out the bank with singles, bro. You know fully well they're not gonna come out the bank with bare change. It's straight hundreds. What do you mean? I could get $1.
I could get $1.
Like, fam, $1? No, what? Like, I have children to feed. I have bills to pay. I have to make sure. And some people be living paycheck, fam,
Yeah.
with no picnics involved. Like, no, you cannot get $1. What do you mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because then when you say, "Oh, I have no change," they'll be like, "I but you know how many bank though." Like, what make me hit my mic, bro.
Okay, and now come out the bank. I could have go in the bank, deposit a check, and come out with nothing. Like, wham.
That is true.
You know, so it's like the audacity to just assume, and that is like, fam, no,
Is the worst when people come out and they say, "Nah, I have no money." I know fully well they step to the side to check their money. And it's like,
all the way to outside the part where the ATMs are, and be like, get dollars. Like, nah, no cash. You just took out cash on the.
oh my god, oh my word, I cannot. So like some ATMs, right? They're big enough, but you can see inside them, right?
Mhm.
So you see people take out money from the thing, but people don't like to hold up the line. So yep, they'll take out money and then they'll move to the side so that the other person could go see about their business. But they will be at the side just making sure, like, separating their money or whatever is the case, right?
Right.
Because you don't want to walk out counting your moolah with friggin' people like that outside, because they'll just take your money, raff your money, and go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you stay in the ATM to be safe, and then you step outside and this person has the audacity. They're like, "Spare change." I have no money. And like, lies, I know, see you check your money inside the ATM. And I'm like, I have no money. Straight face to you, bro. As much these things go on, I'm like, what? I saw you check your money too. What do you mean? Like, okay. I understand you don't want to give them. Yeah, our 100 is $1, right? It marked
Mhm.
100 on it, but that is $1. Okay. So you're just like, okay, well, no, I can't give you $1 because the only dollars I have are $100. So I cannot give you that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I
Yeah.
don't know. Some people be up testing people. I oh, no. So anyway, I think I would choose book.
Books. Okay.
Yeah. Because movies seem too much to me. And then, like, so if you're self published, you could choose whatever the heck you want to put in your book, right? Whatever the heck you want to keep in your book, right?
Mhm.
But movies, there are a lot of things that get cut out of movies, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, if you have a huge message behind a movie and it plays on one particular part of the movie, and, like, the board just sits down there, or like the directors sit down there and they say, I think we should cut this in the final take. Yeah.
Mm.
And then you give them the idea, is what I'm saying, right? You're not producing the movie. You just give them the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
You give them the script and everything. They just have to produce it. And they say, "Nah, that's too heavy. It goes against our legal morals," or whatever. The elites have to be on top
Uh,
always, and this is proving a message, and we don't want this message out,
yeah.
hypothetically speaking, okay? And then, so you're waiting on the movie. They told you, they promised you, yeah, everything is gonna be there. We love the movie just as it, like the script that is as it is. Everything's gonna be in it. The movie comes out, and the message that you try to convey is not there. Like, things get lost, and people are just like, "It's an alright movie. I feel like it missed something, you know?"
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Like, how many times have you heard, like, interviews with people where, well, actors or actresses, and they say, oh no, this piece got cut out of the show, but it was like really, really good, or this piece got cut out of the movie, but because the directors didn't find it was good enough to put in. It was like uh, a last minute what decision. Bro, I'd be fuming. I'd be fuming. Like, you had one job, just produce it and push it out. You
Really?
didn't have to write it. You didn't have to come up with the idea. Produce it and push it out. No. Anyway, yeah. So I guess this one is going to be a very long one. But still on the topic of spiritual stuff, right? I have another witchcraft story for you.
Ooh.
I heard this one on TikTok, but I tried to have a story that's similar to it. So I'll try to read it. I was supposed to edit it before we started this, but I could not be bothered. The Cursed Wig, okay? That's what I'm calling it.
The Cursed Wig.
The Cursed Wig was because of a grudge. So the person changed I forgot the person's name. Oh my gosh. But anyway, she is on TikTok. She is from Haiti. And she told this story about a client. Okay, about she went to get her hair done, but she changed her name. So I'm just saying the name in this is not real. And if it happens to be, I apologize, but it's just a name that I made up because I cannot remember the name that she used. And plus, the story is not like word for word what she said. So it goes. Sasha had been looking forward to her birthday for months. As a special treat, she decided to book an appointment to get her hair done. She had picked out the perfect wig, something she saved up for, and wanted it installed professionally for her birthday party. Now, in a Go on TikTok story, okay, she was like, she saw this person on IG. The person's installments, okay, every time she does hair, they slay, okay? The wigs be looking so, chef's kiss, right?
Right.
Little did she know, the woman doing her wig had harbored a deep secret jealousy since high school. Fam, since high school?
Ooh, that's...
Since high school, bro.
What did she
I'm a
have
grown
like,
woman.
like, why would she have such a deep jealousy? I want to know the
Because she
reason.
wanted her mans.
You know, I literally,
Not surprised.
I just disappointed at this point because I thought it would be something else besides that. But it's because you want somebody, man, you want somebody, girl, you end up with this woman, you secretly like this. It's like, good cop, holy shit.
Oh,
Oh
my
my god.
ears, they are bleeding.
Apologies for the explicit language, but oh my gosh, man, y'all really can't just let that shit go from high school and stuff. Really, you have to carry that on into your adult working life and all kind of. It's like, okay, you didn't know about the person was interested in you. You go find somebody else who's interested in you.
Bro, if I tell you,
Yeah.
if I told you, you would be even more pissed, but we continue. So, Sarah she hardly even knew this girl, okay? As a matter of fact, she didn't even know this girl.
Wow.
According to the TikTok, okay?
Wow.
The story says that she barely even remembered Layla, which is what we'll call her, the hairdresser, right? From school. She had been quiet, keeping to herself while Sasha, popular, which she was in a TikTok, okay, and always at the center of attention. Now, she wasn't one of those mean girls type of popular, okay? Sasha was kind. She was loved by almost everybody, okay? So, unknowingly, Sasha lived rent-free in Layla's mind. Why? I don't know. Layla just flicking let it go. So, Layla didn't like, I guess, one, Sasha was popular. Two, Sasha had things, entanglements with a guy that she also liked, okay?
Right.
The only difference is Layla never spoke to anybody. She didn't talk to Sasha. She didn't talk to the boy. She just noticed the boy from across the room and was like, damn, he fine. I want to be his girlfriend. Never said a word to him a day in their lives. And all of a sudden she said, you know what, on this day I'm gonna confess to him and he's gonna be mine. Okay, we in an anime now because that's the only time I see those things happening. So anyway, am I wrong? It's only in animes where girls just look at guys and are like, he's really nice, and then you confess to him behind the school or in his shoe locker. Via a note, like, oh my gosh, I have a crush on you. Bruh. Anyway, but first come first serve, okay? Sasha got the man's first, and that was war for Lily in her mind because it was a one-sided war, okay? But anyway, so Sasha found her on Instagram. She said, all right, I'm gonna book an appointment, not knowing who this girl is, okay?
Right.
And so Lily decides, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the installment for you. Just give me the wig like a few days before. Sasha didn't question it. Sasha was like, okay, fine, because her wigs slay, right? So
Right.
she trusts the girl, thinking that
Mm-mm.
this girl is a random stranger. I tell you, my word. Sasha's excitement was contagious when she dropped off her wig a few days before the appointment. I'm getting it done for my birthday, she said with a wide smile, already imagining how she'd look.
Yeah.
Layla forced a polite nod, but inside she was seething with rage.
Damn.
She had watched Sasha's life bloom for too long. I guess high school was too long. I don't know. This was her
Wow.
chance to tip
Interesting.
the scales, okay? After a few hours of deliberation, we don't know what the heck she deliberated, but anyway, Layla resorted to something which she should not have. I'm not reading the story how it is exactly. I'm changing parts of it. But anyway,
Yeah.
so she planned to use witchcraft on the girl thing. We don't know what she
Nah, boy.
do with the wig,
Nah, boy.
but she had put a curse on the wig. Hence the cursed wig, okay? She put a curse on the wig and it was supposed to give our good friend Sasha alopecia, right? She wanted her to go bald.
Wow.
Because how dare Sasha still be with the man that she still wanted, you know? I go.
I mean, if you okay, just to interject here, right? If she
This is
never
5 years after, by the way.
nah, 5 years,
Yeah, man. 5 years since high school, bro.
yes, bro, nah, man.
Yeah, so it was like 5 years after she finished high school. But we don't know how long the boyfriend and her have been together. Unless I'm wrong, I could be wrong. Maybe they have been together for 5 years, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna just say it's 5 years after high school.
That is something. No, no. What I was about to interject is that if she had liked this guy so much, why the hell she didn't in high school go and ask him how to talk to the man or whatever? Now we don't know the details. Maybe she did. Maybe she got rejected, or maybe she did not at all, and she just admired from afar,
uh,
right?
we don't
But
know
it's
when
like
this took place. Like what year? I mean, like what decade? So
no, but that's what
if
I'm
it
saying.
was
Right?
like
If she never went up to the guy and never made any moves or never did anything, right? And then cool, McGill ended up with the guy because either he liked her, he made moves, or she liked him, she made moves. Like, why are you holding a grudge against that? I don't understand that.
like
You
be
know?
for real. You think okay, like even in our time when we went to school, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever not heard of a couple when they got together? Like you don't
Um.
even need to know the couple, you just know that there's a new couple and then you would hear
Yeah.
people whispering about it. Like, right. So
Yeah.
she why would she go and confess her undying love for this dude when she already knows that he's in?
No, but what I'm saying is that before, if she never did anything before, let him know before, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Before they got together, it was made publicly known. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I said before that she was like, on this day I'm gonna like tell this dude that I have a crush on him, like hopefully we could get together, but then she found out that
Oh,
they
my
were
bad, my bad,
together.
my bad. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, 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 right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the TikTok from here and then I'll probably like go back to the story after. But when the grandmother shows up, we'll call her Nana Edith, okay? But I'ma just say Nana, right? So anyway,
Right.
so the day of the appointment comes, Sasha goes to Lily, right?
Hmm.
Layla, I think was her name, right? I can't remember. I legit passed it just now. Wait, let me see. Layla. Okay. Alright, so Sasha goes to Layla to do her hair.
Right.
And, as per her reputation, the wig slays. Her birthday was that day, I believe, if I remember correctly. And after she leaves the salon, she starts to get this headache, but she thinks nothing of it, right? It's a light headache, okay? Her birthday
Hmm.
goes on, it continues. Coming down, she's like, oh my gosh, this headache is unbearable. Like there's pulsing behind her eyes. It's like hammering in her head. It
Oh
was
my
the
gosh.
worst type of headache. And she said, nah, screw this. I'm gonna take this wig off, right? Because like maybe she's thinking maybe the braids are too tight. So
Right.
she takes off the wig and she checks her braids. They're fine. But the headache is still there after she took off the wig. She goes to see the doctor. The doctors are like, Sam, You got nothing wrong with you. We don't see anything. So Sasha is like, oh, could you? Okay, but like the headache is like so bad. So she goes home. Nothing she's doing is helping. She says,
Right.
"Ugh, fine." She tells her best friend about it. Her best friend is like, wait, who did you go by? Right?
Mhm.
And she shows her friend the Instagram. She's like, girl, do you not know who that is? Sasha's like, no. Who the hell is that? Right? And her best friend is like, girl, she does not like you. She does. You hear what I'm saying? You hearing the words coming out of my mouth, Sasha? She does not like you. She's someone from high school. You don't know her, but like she always hated you since then. And Sasha is like, what? She's like, yeah, maybe she put something on the like maybe she put something on you. So Sasha is like, damn, I'm protected, right? But yet
Mhm.
this still happened to me. Like she is a God fearing lady, okay?
Right.
She goes to Nana. Okay, she pays a visit to her grandmother. She's like, Nana, I'm gonna tell you a story. Not really. I just have a really bad headache. Da, 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 da. This is the thing, right?
Right.
Nana is like, let me see the wig. Okay, Sasha doesn't question it because her grandmother knows things about things, okay? We will put
Mhm.
it like that. And she takes the wig, she looks at it, she comes back and she's like, yeah, yeah. She performed witchcraft on the wig. And Sasha's like, what? She's like, yeah, don't worry. Like, we're gonna deal with this now. So she cleansed the wig, she cleansed Sasha, right? Sasha still had the headache until after the grandmother like cleansed her completely and she said some prayers over her and then
Mhm.
it was gone. But you see, what people fail to realize is that if someone puts a curse on you and you found out about that curse and you find out who does that curse to you, that when they remove the curse, it's gonna go straight back to the person that sent it. So we have no
Ooh.
idea if like Layla is like on the receiving end of her own curse, but I'm pretty sure she does know that it didn't work.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
yeah, it was supposed to give her a bald head, but instead she just got a headache because Home Sis was protected. Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Alright. The term dancing Israelis refers to a controversial incident that occurred on September 11th, 2011.
Fam, you are speaking quite fast. Remember that foreigners might be listening.
Okay, wait. Shortly after the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center in New York, according to reports, five men, later identified as Israeli nationals, were seen in New Jersey allegedly filming and celebrating as the Twin Towers collapsed. These men
Mm-hmm.
were arrested by local authorities and held for several weeks by the FBI, sparking conspiracy theories regarding their actions. So here's a breakdown of the key details. The arrest, right, on the afternoon of 9/11, five
Mm-hmm.
Israelis were stopped and arrested by the FBI after witnesses reported them behaving suspiciously, filming the burning towers and allegedly acting in a celebratory manner. Their van was found to contain maps, certain points highlighted, along with a large sum of cash. That's no, no, no. We're not going to racially profile that. Like a large sum of cash in a van, that's kind of sus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who in the van, a large sum of cash in a van, right? Just a random van,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a map and points out. That's kind of sus. Now they could be backpacking, like an expensive backpack across the U.S. You never know, tourists, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still, the large sum of cash is very sus, right? That's the only thing sus about the large
That's
sum.
what's sus to you, bro. If they were backpacking, right, taking a bougie backpacking trip, like
Well, I mean, you know.
what's sus is that they were dancing when the towers were going down,
Well, yeah,
and
that too.
and they were recording it too.
That
Yeah.
yeah, the whole thing scuffed. It's chalked. It's chalked. It's chalked. Collapse. Break up. We got him. FBI, open up. And all right. Continuing. The connection to Israel. Apparently, the men worked for a moving company. Some
Mhm.
people have speculated that they were connected to Israeli intelligence. While there were initial suspicions, no formal evidence linking them to the attacks were proven, and they were eventually deported to Israel after being held. Right.
Mhm.
So here's where we go into the conspiracy theories, right? So the incident fueled a variety of conspiracy theories about potential Israeli or Mossad involvement in the
Yeah.
9/11
So
attacks.
so I have some theories here, right? So
Mhm.
theory number one. Mossad surveillance theory. One of the most widely discussed theories is that the five Israelis
Mhm.
were operatives of Israel's intelligence agency, Mossad. According to this theory, they were in the US to monitor terrorist activity, including the 9/11 hijackers.
Mhm.
Proponents of this idea suggest that the Israelis may have had prior knowledge of the attacks but chose not to alert US authorities. Supporters of this theory point to the alleged ties some of the men had with the Israeli intelligence, the large amounts of cash found on them, and the fact that they were working for a moving company. Bro, what? What do you mean? Which some speculate was a front for espionage. Critics argue that while it is possible Israel, like many intelligence agencies,
Mhm.
was conducting surveillance, there's no evidence proving the men had foreknowledge of the 9/11 attack. Theory number 2: celebratory behavior and foreknowledge. This theory claims that the men were celebrating because they were aware of the attacks beforehand. Witnesses reported seeing the men high-fiving, quote unquote, and smiling, quote unquote, as they filmed the collapse of the Twin Towers. You know what's weird is that we have
What?
Twin Towers here, so every time they say Twin Towers, I always think of ours. So anyway,
Wow. I mean, they're true, but ours is like shorter.
Yeah, so which many found disturbing. Some believe this was evidence that they knew about the attacks in advance. Supporters suggest that if they were filming and celebrating, it indicates they had foreknowledge of the event. Foreknowledge doesn't sound like a real word to me. Critics contend that there is no hard evidence that the men were celebrating the tragedy. Yeah, but they were recording it, so I don't know. Were they just drunk? Anyway, it is
Mhm.
also noted that in highly emotional or chaotic situations, people's behavior can be misinterpreted. How do you misinterpret a celebration? Did they say kampai? I have questions. But anyway,
Mhm.
theory number 3: disinformation and deflection. A more complex theory suggests that the entire Dancing Israelis story was part of a broader disinformation campaign to deflect blame from other sources, which, you know, we may or may not have a record of throughout history that they tend to do that, but not Israel, America.
Mhm.
Right? And the governments of the world in general, hypothetically speaking.
Right.
Okay, right. Some people believe that the case has been exaggerated or distorted to fuel anti Israel or anti Semitic sentiments, casting suspicion on Israel or Jewish people. Supporters argue that conspiracy theorists use this case as a way to promote anti Semitic ideas or distract from other actors potentially involved in 9/11. Critics
Mm.
of this theory feel that while anti Semitic conspiracy theories do exist, the oddities of the case itself have led people to question the official narrative regardless of anti Semitic motivations. Theory number 4: coincidence and misinterpretation. Many people believe that the case is simply a result of misunderstanding and coincidence. According to this perspective, the men were
Mhm.
in the wrong place at the wrong time, and their actions were misinterpreted by witnesses and authorities due to the heightened emotions following the attack. Okay. Supporters of this view note that the FBI released the men after a thorough investigation, finding no evidence linking them to the attacks or any wrongdoing beyond visa violations. Critics argue that certain aspects of the case, such as the maps and possible ties to intelligence agencies, are too suspicious to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Public
Mm.
reactions and conspiracy theories. Mainstream reactions. Most mainstream outlets and authorities, including the FBI, concluded that the men were not involved in 9/11. in the 9/11 attack. They were deported for visa violations, and the official stance remains that there was no direct connection between the men and the attack. For most people, the incident is seen as an odd but unrelated footnote in the broader story of 9/11. Conspiracy circles. Not like I'm going down, right? It
Yeah, yeah.
sounds like it's other theories, but it's still under the theory of the last one that I said. Okay, the dancing Israelis have come a focal point in many 9/11 related conspiracy theories, with people speculating about Israeli involvement or intelligence failures. These theories are particularly prevalent in alternative media and forums discussing 9/11 conspiracy theories. Anti-Semitic
Okay.
fringe. Unfortunately, the case has also been exploited by anti-Semitic groups to push false narratives about Jewish and Israeli complicity in 9/11, despite there being no evidence to support such claims. This has led to some of the more extreme interpretations of the incident. And that concludes all the conspiracy theories that I gathered.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's crazy.
yeah, it is.
What do you think? What do you think? You know what still bugs me?
What's that?
Like, even though the story remains a subject of controversy and conspiracy discussions, right?
Mhm.
But like, it's widely considered an unproven theory regarding 9/11
Yeah.
is that they were recording the towers falling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it claims, but they were also celebrating, quote unquote. Like, we weren't there to know if they were actually celebrating, if they had beers in hand saying "Kampai" and like drinking right after, jumping up and down, whatever's the case. Different cultures celebrate differently,
Yeah.
and
Not to
how.
mention, nobody knows what exactly they were celebrating.
Yeah,
So,
but I think people are more focused on it doesn't matter if they were celebrating something else. They were still recording it was falling while doing that action. So it's kind of
hmm,
sus
yeah,
sus
it
behavior.
is us. Not to mention the big bag of cash and then the maps with areas singled out too. You know.
Yeah. I I don't know, bro. I'm I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know. I was reading, and the whole time in my mind, I'm like, dude, I sound like someone on a news station. I sound like I'm broadcasting for news, bro. Anyway, I think what needs to happen is that people need to stop heating.
Real. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think people should also be mindful of different cultures and the way that they do things, because the way that we celebrate things is not how they celebrate things in, like, the East.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
not how they celebrate things in the North. It's not how they celebrate things in the South, right? Yes, we're smack dab in the middle. Okay.
Yes. Yes. That is true.
But like, it's the same thing as people will go to different countries. Different countries, they're not in their own, like, people don't bring their cultures to different countries, and then like other people are like, oh my gosh, like, why would you do that? They go, I mean, they do, but they go to the homeland, right? Say
Mhm. Mhm.
Japan or China, and they're like, damn, why do they do that? Like, why do they only eat with that? Like, why do they, you know? And I'm like,
That to me is just so bold faced because it's
yeah.
like
And then, oh, you know how
you come from a different background. You're accustomed to eating certain thing. Your culture has delicacies, right?
like the
Their culture has
manners, the
delicacies.
manners over there are completely different, especially in South
Yeah.
Korea, right? Like, I think I'm not too sure if it's like for all Asian countries, so I'm gonna only speak about Japan and Korea, because I know those two have like a hierarchy with like elders, right? Or am I wrong?
Right.
Am I wrong for Japan? Like, you know more Japan than me.
No, it's kind of similar where they have the
Like, you
old
see
ways.
your elders and you bow to them. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. No, it's the same. It's the same. It's a form of respect.
Yeah,
Form of
so
respect.
that form of respect is like
Yeah.
very, very little. All you have to do is just bow your head, right?
And
Tell me
it's
why.
not to say that you're full-fledged hand on the side, bow 90 degrees. A little thing when you say hello or
Like, I'm
whatever
pretty
the thing
sure
it
they
is.
understand that you're not from there.
Yeah.
Right? Especially
You
if
know.
you're dating their I'll tell you a story. So there was a guy. Oh my god, this was a Reddit story. Am I the a-hole for not like wanting to follow my fiance's family traditions, but she has to follow mine? Yes, you are. But anyway, we'll get into that. Okay. So he's say American, right?
Right.
I don't know what traditions he have. The people really didn't care. But the point is that he's dating someone who comes from an Asian background and they have a lot of traditions. She says, "Babe, we're going to see my family. This is the first time you're gonna meet them. You're gonna have to bow because it's a sign of respect." And he was like, "The hell? Why do I have to respect them like that? Like, why do I need to bow when I meet them? Like, that's so weird. Like, we don't do that here." And
Mm.
she's like, "Yeah, well, it's my tradition. And that's all I'm asking you to do. All I'm asking you is to show respect to my parents, all right? Your future in laws." And
Right.
he's like, "Nah, fam, I'm not going to do that." Excuse me? Why? He's like, "Because
It's
it's
like,
weird.
well
It's
then it's
weird."
pretty simple. Don't date outside your culture.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you can't handle the cultural difference, don't do it. Like,
Simple. If you don't do that here and you find that's weird and you have so many stuff that you find wrong and it's weird and you're not gonna do and respect your partner's, background and their culture, just don't date outside your culture. It's pretty simple. And then they're gonna be like, "What the hell? You can't tell me who to this, that, the other." And I'm like, "Dog, you sound like a fucking so hypocritical." You know what I mean?
you
It's like
really out here
you're saying
using obscenities,
everybody's
eh?
free to date who they want to date, this, that, the other, whatever, respect whoever, whatever, whatever, but you won't even respect your own partner's wishes and their background and their heritage. My word. People just, you see why people just piss me off so much? People just literally just piss me the hell off so much, man. You know? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It doesn't just go for cultures too, it goes for other religions. But I feel like Christianity takes like the big brunt of bullying from a lot of other religions.
Hmm.
And I mean, one, if you don't like praying, right? Okay, so like there were people we went to school with. I don't know about you, but me. In
Hmm.
any school that I went to, there was always someone from a different religion who could not pray, right? I'm pretty sure you know what religion that is, but they could not pray to our God.
Yeah, yeah.
And they would always have to tell the teacher, "I can't do that because that's not part of my religion. I can't do that." It's like the same saying, "Thou shalt have no other God but I." Okay? So we accept that. Children accept that. But then I guess there's a little bit of resentment. You see, it's in some children, it's like, "So why we had to close our eyes and clasp our hands and pray when they just have to stand there?" And I'm like,
Right.
are you hearing yourself? Would you rather do something or just stand there and be awkward? Like, I'm so confused because the majority of the school population is not just standing there. The majority of the school population is like, "Our Father who art in heaven," you know?
Hmm.
And they just have to look and not do anything. Bro, I don't know which one is worse. You can't hate on a religion that you don't know the customs of. And
Yeah.
they do pray, but differently. So you can't fault them for that. You can't take the traditions of that religion and be like, "Oh, that's trash. That's weird. Like, why do you do that?" Da, 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 da. If you
That's not it, man.
if you
That's not
don't
it. That's
like
not
it,
it.
don't go around it. Don't date it. Don't involve yourself in it.
Yeah,
Just
just like
simple.
stay clear. Just stay clear. You go your separate way. Let this person go the separate way. It's like,
Yeah,
you know.
just leave people alone. Be humble. Let them be. If they're not bothering you, then don't bother them. Don't trouble. If trouble, don't trouble
Gosh.
you.
And that's the thing. Majority of people don't have a problem with you until they start to open their mouth.
That's true.
It's like you passing by somebody normal, you just say good afternoon, good evening, whatever, whatever. You don't know this person. You have nothing against them, unless you're racist or you just don't like a certain stereotype. Well,
Yeah.
then you just have issues and stuff. But like majority of people are just like normal, and then when you open your mouth and you start to talk, and then just shit and you just disrespectful and whatever, whatever. Well, then we have problems. You know what I mean? So it's like
Bro,
I don't get it.
it's
I
like
don't get it.
just respect different religions, different cultures, different traditions, no matter what they
Yeah.
might be, right?
And if you decide to go with somebody that has a different background, different traditions, know what you're getting yourself into, right? You have to know yourself, okay, they do things differently. I will have to learn these things if we have a family,
No
if we have
matter how good
children.
you feel you know that person, always do your research on the
Exactly,
culture itself that you're
exactly,
entering into.
exactly, you know. Not to
Yeah.
mention your partner should also help you and give you, heads up on this, that, the other, just like how the lady did, you were talking about, right, to her fiance, so
Yeah.
forth, right? And, this is the person that you're going to have settle down with, build a family. Your two families are marrying together.
Hmm.
So it's not like, oh, you just have to respect my family and we doing things my family all the time. It's like, no, you have to be respectful of both. You have to be inclusive of both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you can't expect her to like just fall down at your knees and just do everything that you say. As in, not just she, I mean everybody. You can't just expect your significant other to do your traditions and not
Hmm.
do theirs.
Disregard her whole heritage, her
Yeah.
family, this, that, and all that stuff. And it's like, you don't want to meet her family because you have to bow and this, that. It's like, what is that, bro? I don't get that. What you think is like demasculating, or like you
Yes, that
bowing
is
to them? It's
exactly what he was like. Why would I
like
do
you are
that?
you are less. Like what?
He's like,
I'm
why would I
bowing
do
to
that?
people. What is this? Like, stop getting your own head, fam. Who are you? You're nothing special. Shut up. Anyways, right? You're just a normal person. Shut up.
Oh my
You know what I mean?
word. You were getting heated. I understand
No,
that.
that's the thing. It's so stupid. It's literally so stupid. You know what I mean? You figure some people really figure that they all that when they're really not.
All right, that's all the time we have today.
But I will say this, right?
Hmm.
At a certain point in times, they will get humbled by who knows what or what situation it is, and then they'll be like, "Huh, interesting." But and that's all I have to say. So thank you for joining us today.
Yes, we hope you
Yes.
enjoyed this episode. I don't know if this episode was a heavy one. Maybe we should have like a warning. This is like in the beginning we spoke about a lot of spiritual stuff, so I don't know. But if you're still here at the end, we hope you enjoyed. Be sure to download the episodes on Spotify if you want to listen offline or listen to it on Amazon Music because we're now there. Also, rate the show 5 stars if you're on Spotify. I'm not sure what happens on Apple Music. I mean Apple Music. Amazon Music, I probably have to check. But yeah, give us a like if you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe if you want to get updated for future episodes. Push that notification bell and you'll be notified every time a new episode goes out, which is usually on Mondays for Madness Monday. And
Mhm.
but we do have an extra episode at least once a month so far, just during the
Yes.
week randomly. So yeah, if you want that, a little bonus episode during the week, then be sure to subscribe and comment. Share your thoughts down below. Whatever part you think needs a discussion, make a discussion down in the comment section below. And we have a Discord. Yes. Yes. All the
Yes.
links are in the About section. If you cannot find it in the description of this video, check the channel, go in the About section. All the links will be there to the Instagram, TikTok, Discord, Facebook page. Everything is there. And we'll see you in Wonderland the next time we jump down that rabbit hole.
Bye bye.